This is a shot of my audience. Hello. Today I would like to talk to you about the medical process of kidney transplantation. Now, what is a kidney transplant? A kidney transplant is the process of replacing a damaged or diseased kidney with a healthy one. Now, according to the National Kidney Foundation, over 95,000 Americans are currently on the organ transplant list, and over 4,000 Americans are added to that list monthly. Now, why am I talking about a kidney transplant? Well, in May of 2007, I received a kidney transplant donated to me by my loving wife, and I'd like to say that my kidney transplant is working well. Next, I would like to talk to you about the 4 processes of kidney transplantation. The first process being tissue typing, second, living donor, third, cadaver donor, and fourth, the surgical process. Now that we have a basic understanding of what a kidney transplant is, let's talk about tissue typing. Tissue typing is the process of comparing your genetic makeup with that of the donor. How do we do that? We do that by a simple blood test. Blood types must be compatible for a kidney transplant to be successful. In my illustration here, I have a set of donors and a set of recipients. On the donor side, the blood types are AB. On the recipient side, the blood types are BA. A and B blood types cannot mix, and B and A blood types cannot mix. In order for a transplant to be successful, A must go with A blood type, and B must go with B blood type. Next, I'd like to talk to you about cross-matching. Cross-matching is the process where your blood serum is mixed with the white blood cells of the donor. The white blood cells are the defense system of your body. A negative cross-match means that there is no reaction, meaning that, yes, you can have a kidney transplant. A positive reaction means that there is a reaction between the white blood cells and that of the donor, which means you would not be able to have a transplant. Now that we have a basic understanding of what a kidney transplant is, and now that we understand what tissue typing is, let's move on to living donor and cadaver donor. A living donor is simply somebody that wants to donate a kidney to another. Living donors could be a spouse, a relative, a friend, or just, it could be anybody. According to the National Kidney Foundation, in 2006, 14,754 people donated organs. 8,022 were cadaver donors, and 6,732 were living donors. Now, a cadaver donor, or a non-living donor, is a person that donates their kidney after they die. Also, a cadaver donor or a non-living donor could be somebody that has suffered brain death or from cardiac arrest and is on life support. Now that we understand the process, the basic processes of what a kidney transplant is, what tissue typing is, what a living donor and a cadaver donor is, let's move on to the surgical process. Here I have an illustration to show you the surgical process, since it's a little complicated. In the human body, we have 2 kidneys. Attached to the kidneys are long tubes that run down called ureters. These ureters attach to the balloon-shaped organ here called the bladder. In a kidney transplant, the old organs are not removed, they stay in. But instead, a new organ is placed in the lower abdominal region. The organ is either placed on the left side or the right side. Once the organ is placed, then the blood vessels are attached to the blood vessels in the pelvic region as shown in my diagram. And then that long tube that passes urine called the ureter is grafted in to your bladder. It's as simple as that. That's how the kidney transplant works. Now, I can tell you from first-hand experience that a kidney transplant is a difficult and painful process to go through and takes quite a long time to recover from. Now that we've talked about what a kidney transplant is, tissue typing, living and cadaver donors, and the surgical process, I would like to tell you that kidney transplantation is only a treatment and not a cure. It requires a lifetime of anti-rejection drugs and close medical attention. So please, take care of your kidneys. Stop. Turn it off. These are my diagrams.